Okay, Herminio, we're here at the Pennsylvania Hotel, and on Friday I was speaking at a conference in the Netherlands, and people want to know about recovery, about how people, can find means to recover. What did work for you in your life?
What worked for me in my life basically was just having people that I didn't know at that time that were actually in recovery themselves. I think what basically helped me out was knowing that I wasn't alone. You know, first of all, it was more like peers that I didn't even know the word for that came to me and actually told me their story. And when I heard their story, I realized that some of that stuff that I was talking about, some of it was mine. You know, and even though it was their story and it was different, some of it actually was some of my stuff, my experience. And little by little, I realized that I can actually start talking about mine, and we can actually relate. And my recovery began with that, along with mental health, and along with some family connections, and everything started to work together after that.
And so it helped you to develop your own story.
My own story.
Yeah.
It helped me to develop my own feelings about myself, knowing that I can do things, and I can actually get better. Not by myself only, but I can do it with a bunch of people, and I can pick myself up if there was a time that I went down.
And whenever you tell your story to other peers who, are at the beginning of their recovery, does it help you too?
It does. It keeps it fresh in my mind and in my recovery to know that it helps me remember where I came from.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people tell their stories, and like I said, it always reminds me that there are things that we can't just keep inside all the time, not putting it in a bookshelf and just leaving it there. Sometimes these stories can actually bring out the good stuff as well as the bad. Because something good always comes out of the bad stuff, and that's part of that what recovery is all about.
That's a nice quote.
Yeah, it does help me.
Yeah.
Maybe not for everybody, but it does help me.
So if somebody is out in the dark about, how to get their life back on track again, what would be your most profound advice to people?
Believe in themselves. Start with that, and if they can't find it in themselves, so try to believe in something else, like a family member, a child, a close friend, and work with that. Or believe in something that they know it's something they can hold on to, something they trust. Start with that, and then eventually, hopefully, they can believe in themselves. But sometimes it doesn't start with you; it starts with something else. Don't follow the whole recovery thing the way it's supposed to be in the book, because sometimes it doesn't always work for everybody. It's an individual thing. Recovery's not 1, 2, 3 or cookie mold. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
But you follow the steps that other people have and incorporate little bits and pieces of that, and what works for you, what works for them, put it in. And then eventually you find your own style. And that's how recovery is.
Great. And recovery can cross the ocean too, isn't it? Since we met and became friends, we created some kind of consumer movement stuff, huh?
Yes, we have. Yes, we have. We certainly have crossed that bridge across the ocean and everything. We definitely did that. And for me, it's a global thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter the language, the culture, the ethnic backgrounds. To me, recovery is what it is. We can actually feel the same thing and suffer the same thing if we can get together and talk about it.
Yeah.
We're doing it right there and there. Recovery is just what it is. We're people. We're humans.
Yeah.
And for me, recovery, and I was going to say this before, recovery for mental health conditions is as natural as breathing.
That's nice. Thanks very much for this.
You're welcome.
And say goodbye to my Dutch friends. Thanks.
Bye-bye. Adios.